everybody. Welcome to the Shaking.
Oh my god! What the fuck was that noise?
What the hell?
He went duck. He was like a fucking duck.
He looked like a duck!
Swallow. Swallow. Don't be a bitch.
Come on, Eric.
Don't be a
Spitters or
bitch.
quitters.
I was trying to swallow, and then you people
Travis.
yell at me.
Listen, am I wrong?
What?
Spitters or quitters.
I can't deal with you and deal with this at the same
I
time.
have no frame of reference, so I can neither confirm nor to deny.
Oh my god.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
I don't like the way you looked at me when I said that either.
Oh my god, someone
You gave me the
kill
fucking
me.
stink eye, motherfucker.
I didn't mean to.
What are we doing today?
I don't
Anyway,
know.
today's a
Losing your
special
goddamn-
episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
today we're going to do our first, I guess, solo topic episode. And the topic today is...
Well, Disney movies, because they're part of almost everyone's childhood.
Fuck yeah, they are.
So, I'm saying, everyone here, we're going to come up with a movie. And we're going to pit movies against each other, kind of in a battle royale sort of style, like a tournament play. So, the first matchup, it's going to be Eric versus Nick. So, it's going to be Eric, what's your movie?
Hercules.
First.
Treasure Planet.
So, it's going to be Treasure Planet versus Hercules. And so, they're going to go back and forth on the soundtrack, the plot, the hero, and the villain. Me and Katie, who is going to be the next thing, I have Hunchback, Katie has,
Princess and the Frog.
are going to judge them, whichever one we think did the better job, like arguing and also like sold us that their movie is better. We'll move on to the next round. The winner of them will verse the winner of us. The losers will verse. It'll just be a nice little back and forth about Disney movies.
Yeah.
Do you still have that bracket from your EW?
No, at home.
You'll have to bring that in at some point.
We can auction off the bracket. And remember, we are Patreon supported.
Yes. We are Patreon supported. If you go to patreon.com/shakeandbake, throw us a couple bucks, it will save the podcast. We will be able to get hosting. We could get more mics. We could each get a mic for each of us. Because we only have 2 mics against 4 people. It can be better, and it can only be better if you help us and support us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The first match of the night. The Hercules versus Treasure Planet. So, we're going to start off with...
Honestly, there's no real loser here. They're both fantastic fucking movies.
Dude.
Indeed they are. I just picked the
I
better.
already said that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, making sure.
Yeah.
Not
I
a
cut
single...
people
We
over
will
less.
start with... We'll start with the plot, because that's probably one of the most important parts of a movie. Your plot. So...
Alright.
Actually... Do I have a coin? I probably do.
I do.
That's quite a home.
I definitely have a question.
We all have coins.
No. No. Nick, it's not the same. Eric, call it.
Tails.
Heads. Nick, you
You
gotta go
first.
first.
I go first?
Yep.
I go first.
On plot.
Because I'm not going to finish that sentence because I feel like if I finish that sentence, I'm going to end up going last. Okay.
What, a saucy boy?
No.
No, it's
Ahead-
obvious because he
ahead of
comes
the game.
first.
No.
That's fine. Alright.
Come on.
So I just tell it what?
Yeah.
Sell us on...
Sell us on why your movie is better.
Okay.
That's what you're trying to do right now.
Okay.
Sell us
So-
on Treasure Planet. So imagine us as like members of a
You're
board.
pitching
Yes,
the-
exactly.
Yeah,
what I
you're
was thinking,
pitching the
yeah.
movie. You're trying to make us. So it's like you're two rival like screenwriters.
You're trying to make
Why
us
should we
one of-
make your movie? That's
Okay.
the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring up Treasure Planet real quick. So I know the plot. I'm more just so I can bring in like cast and shit. If need. Come on, Google. Google.
Don't...
Google, stop being a bitch.
Really, Joseph Gordon-Levitt was Jim Hawkins.
Yep. Jenny Hawkins is Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
JGL.
Is that the
There's
main
actually
character?
a funny thing that
Yeah.
happens in this movie where he has this little line under one of his eyes. Every time you see it, you would think it's a scar. No, it's not a scar at all. It's supposed to be bags under his eyes, but there's only one at a time, depending on which side he's on. Oh, and he has an undercut.
He does have an undercut.
So, Treasure Planet.
Mhm.
Best way to dumb it down, Pirates of the Caribbean in space.
Okay.
I think that's a fair...
That's not the best way to dumb it down. Treasure Island in space.
Alright. To be fair, I've never actually seen Treasure Island, and honest to God, I've never actually seen Pirates of the Caribbean. So, I just went with a pirate movie.
Oh my god.
I think we need to add this to like Nick's education.
Yeah.
Wait, let's add
Treasure Island is Treasure Planet. It's that exact story.
Okay.
It is Treasure Planet is just Treasure Island in space. It's literally the only difference.
You've never seen a Pirates of the Caribbean.
You've
No.
never seen the Muppet Treasure Island?
I've never seen any of them.
What?
Okay.
Besides the point, Treasure Planet starts off. Kid's dad sails on the open space sea. One day, leaves him, mother behind, running an inn. Kid becomes troublemaker, disgruntled youth, dashing rogue, if you will.
Okay.
Crazy old guy comes in. He's like, "Hey, I have this ball. Don't let them take the ball." The people come looking for the ball. Kind of burn his house down. Try to take it from him. So he goes. His mom's doctor friend, who I swear to God they were so banging. There's no way in hell they weren't. Says, "I know." Don't give me that look, Katie. Says, "I know some people that can lead us to this thing. They get it working. They figure out the map. They sail a ship. Turns out, almost everyone other than the captain and the first man on the ship were pirates, just waiting for a big score. And the kid found the literal map to Treasure Planet. So I really fucking love it. I'm trying to think how to go in detail about just spilling over to like villain and hero type shit. But that's the big thing. The biggest plot points of the plot do involve their hero and the villain, which should be saved for those specific segments.
Like you can like go into like a bit of it, but like I'd say
Save the big chunk for it.
Yeah, like definitely I'd say the biggest. Definitely my favorite part about the entire story is the dynamic between the Vero and the eventual villain once the entire crew shows their colors. And I mean like not like the Red Scorpion guy who's like, oh, I'm evil and whatnot. It's like I killed the first mate by cutting his tether line during a supernova, so he went sailing off. I mean, is that Dr. Doppler? Let me check real
I
quick.
believe so.
It is Dr. Doppler?
Yes.
Okay, that's weird then, because then he's played by Niles from Frasier, David Hyde Pierce.
Huh.
So
Him and the captain get made though. Like, she
Yes,
wants-
they do.
no,
He wants that Dr.
Dr.
Dick.
Doppler's the
Doctor. Yeah.
yeah the doctor. No, the cook. What's his face?
Oh, the one with the golden eye.
Yeah,
the one who totally screams, "I am a pirate."
Yeah, the cook, like the main bad guy, not him.
Do you want to know his in-game name and his in-movie name?
Yes,
In-
Yeah.
Long John Silver.
that's
You're
what it
kidding.
was.
His name is Long John. Why not? He has golden
Yeah.
eye.
Because Long John Silver comes from Treasure Island.
I don't care. He's got a golden mechanical space eye.
His name is Long John
Alright, well,
Silver.
not
Long John Silver.
the restaurant. Yeah, Long John Silver. John Silver.
Tried gold.
Anyway,
Yeah, he's like my favorite part of the entire plot is the dynamic between the two because it's a very weird father-son dynamic turned villain turned father-son dynamic, which I absolutely love, and Yeah, like I said, I don't know how much more in depth
Okay.
I can go without just spilling over the hero and villain stuff.
Okay, then. With that,
points of theirs.
let's pass to Eric. House on Hercules.
When you were a child, you knew the tales of heroes. And there was none hero greater than Hercules himself. Slayer of the Hydra, slayer of the Nemean lion, champion of thieves. Hercules is the story of Hercules.
Isn't that Oedipus?
Champion of thieves?
Yes.
Is that what Oedipus is called?
I think so.
Oh no!
Wait.
Hercules is the champion of thieves.
Yes, I think Oedipus is the champion of
Oedipus
thieves.
is the champion of thieves.
Well,
'cause he's
The one
evil.
who stopped the Sphinx.
Yeah.
Sphinx.
Yes, I believe you are correct.
My argument is the trials there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the hero of thieves.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that.
Thebes.
Yeah, thieves.
Not thieves.
The big olive.
I heard thieves.
Look, I am the
heard
hero of
thieves
thieves.
too.
Okay, anyway.
The hero of Thebes.
Thebes.
The movie Hercules is exactly the tale of young Hercules becoming a true hero. A boy raised by humans after being taken from his family of gods. Made into a human, but just a demigod. By none other than the jealous Lord of the Underworld, Hercules. I just said Hercules twice.
Yeah, so
Hades.
Hercules tried to kill Hercules.
I mean...
Hercules tried to kill Hercules, but
Then
But
Hercules.
Little do people know Hercules was suicidal.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Hercules did murder his family.
Yeah.
We don't need to go into that.
Hades wanting to...
Just gonna fix that.
Just fix that, yeah.
Keep bumping it.
Yeah. Story of Hercules before he became the hero he is. We follow him through his youth, being an outcast human, as he believed, with extreme strength and skill, to him learning of his demigod history, and training with none other than the true trainer of heroes, Philoctetes, the satyr. Danny DeVito! After, of course, any usual training montage, they arrive in Thebes, where most of this plot will take place. Hercules thwarts all of Hades' plans, becoming a hero, stopping the Hydra, slaying the Nemean lion, the Nymphalian birds, cleaning the Augean. And this is not only a story of a hero, but of a story of a boy becoming a man, and a man falling in love.
Okay. Alright. So,
Just give him the fucking point.
with that, we're not gonna, give him any points yet,
Just give him the fucking point.
but we're gonna move on to the next thing. We'll go on to the heroes next. So, Eric, you can start with heroes now.
The word hero would be the only word to describe Hercules.
Okay.
A man who very willingly gave his life, very willingly gave life and limb to protect Thebes, stopping Cyclopses, once again the Hydra, being a hero to the people, and a hero to the people and a friend to all. There is no one.
We're writing on whiteboards. Eric, continue.
Yes, continue.
Continue.
No one could exemplify the word hero better than Hercules, for he performed these heroic feats Not because he was asked to, but to prove he was the hero that Thebes needed.
So he's Batman.
But happy. More or less.
He's happy Batman.
More or less.
Okay. Nick, what about the hero treasure planet?
Alright. Well, as I said, it's Jack Sparrow in space now.
It's Jack Sparrow's kid in space.
No.
Jack Sparrow
I
doesn't
haven't
have a
seen the
child.
fucking movies.
As fun.
I know I will probably love
He
them.
probably does.
Because I love the romanticized pirate thing.
Oh yeah, you'll love 2 of them.
Like the
1
first
and
2.
2.
No, I'm thinking he's gonna love 1 and 3.
3's pretty good.
1's amazing.
Alright,
1 and 3.
so
Well, 1's the best, but...
Yeah.
main hero, the hero of Treasure Planet, is Jim Hawkins, little usual disgruntled youth thrown into danger or precarious circumstances. Really shapes up, but what I really love about how he shapes up, it's him with the father figure he never had growing up. I'll get a little bit, and then I'll get even more to it in the villain section. Between him and John Silver, their dynamic I absolutely fucking love. It's how should I put it? It's very. See, this is what happens when you have me defend something.
It's a very charming relationship between them.
Not heartwarming.
Eric,
That's
do you want to help your opponent?
that heartwarming.
Listen,
That's
if he
I'm
needs
not
it-
even gonna let him go.
Yeah.
heartwarming. That's the word I'm thinking. It's a very heartwarming. It is very charming, and it is easily the whole like little montage between him showing him the cook, showing how to properly tie a
Rigging.
a buoy, a little smaller space boat, whatever, onto the actual main ship. Like that little scene, I really fucking love. Yeah. And he. Yep.
Breathe. Be sound to yourself. You got this.
You got
Oh no, I got this. I don't know how to words. I don't do words good.
Me too, man.
I bet you write a better argument than I can speak one.
Yeah. Not well. Yeah, let's just do that then.
Oh my god.
What if I did? I just wrote down like 5 paragraphs on the dry erase board.
I'd be impressed.
I'd be amazed you could use that space well.
Yeah, that's why I'm
You're small.
Very small. I've worked with smaller, so take that as you will.
Nick. Not the time.
Oh, it's always the time. When is it never not the time?
What's the time for what?
I'm not sure if he's trying to sell himself short. So that way then when he walks in the room and like it isn't like this tiny, she's like, oh, okay.
Why are we talking about Nick's penis?
Because he said he works with short
Rock dick
things.
Confirmed.
Yes, Goss Rock did confirmed.
Awesome.
So,
I forgot about that.
Nick, are
Doesn't
you?
Rock dick have a little
Nick, do you have anything else to...
That's a good question. Hold on, we gotta talk about. It is
No, we don't need to talk about Rock Dick.
If it is circumcised, was it used?
I
was
meant
it done
a physical, like, pirate hat.
With, oh no. But if it was it done with a chisel?
We're
Yes.
not touching that.
Guy.
Anyway, with that, I feel like that's enough of the hero.
No.
Should we
no,
move
no,
on to villains?
let me-
You want to go
Okay.
a little bit more? Okay.
It's a very well done coming of age story,
Okay.
which I've always personally loved, and he's a very if Bolin from Korra was a bit more serious, is the best way I can
Okay.
describe the main character from Treasure Planet. If Mako and Bolin were one person, really, the wild antics of Bolin, but with like the no care, give no shits attitude of like Mako.
Mako. Okay.
Is very well written character, very well voiced character as well. You guys all know I fucking love animation and voiceover, and definitely a lot more critical of those kind of roles than like live action. Because little side note, I fully believe live action is easier to get emotion across than voiceover. Voiceover, you are mentally limited to your voice and what the animators decide to draw. Yeah, that's all I really can say.
Alright. So, we'll now talk about the villains. Nick, we'll let you continue.
Oh, okay, cool. So, like I said, Long John Silver, not the restaurant. For very weird reasons, is probably one of my favorite villains. Just general.
Okay.
Because like I said, before he goes full pirates and like takes over the ship, I think kills the or tries to kill the captain.
Tries. Yes.
Yeah, because they definitely
Only the first one
they
dies.
killed the rock dude. Do you think he had a rock dick?
I believe he was technically the quartermaster in that one.
I forget. Like, it's been forever and a half so I've been able to watch Treasure Planet. Was it one of my favorite villains? Not because he's a great villain. He's just a fan-fucking-tastic character. But like he's not like he's not at all like a villain like Jarvis and I talk about all the time, like fucking Sergio McNee. Like he kind of grip him. He's a decently piece of a shit person. But like I said, the dynamic between John and Jim John, is very heartwarming. Like Eric said, like you said, very charming. And it's definitely very nice seeing him have a son or a younger brother, or whatever you want to believe he saw him as a family that he, judging from his character, never really had. And it's very nice seeing Jim get the father that he lost out on when he was like 5.
Okay.
He's also just really cool. He has a robotic eye and like a fucking good Swiss Army knife in an arm that has everything from a sword to an egg beater. Like, it's giant, it's bulky, it's like 5 times the size of his fucking head. But my god, it's fucking awesome.
He also does have a really tiny head.
He does have a very tiny head.
But he's got a huge chin.
Yes, he does.
Half of his head is
Like,
his chin.
Yeah.
Here comes the crimson.
Alright. Nick, do you have anything else to say about your villain?
I completely forgot his name was Long John Silver. I thought it was something weird and alien-y.
Yeah, that makes sense, but...
Yeah, it's strange that they picked the original name.
Well, they're all the original names.
They're all? Corporal Stone?
Jim Hawkins, Dr. Doppler, whatever the Amelia, whatever her last name
That's
is.
kind of funny.
They're all the original names.
I never knew that.
Pretty
Yep.
cool.
I didn't know any of the names in the original.
Yep.
I
was a big Treasure Planet fan, Treasure Island kid.
I've only ever seen Treasure Island once when I was young.
Oh, I read the book. The book's long.
But, okay. So, Eric, tell us about your villain.
Imagine James Woods. Now give him powers. Not only does he have powers, he has powers over the dead. He is the lord of the underworld, Hades. It is truly amazing. Because we have really dearly Hades looking to just score out another soul from a poor, unfortunate person.
Damn it.
How many different Disney references has Eric made in his argument?
I believe only 3.
Okay.
I believe only 3.
He's made Disney references?
He's made a few.
Like modern Disney? Or?
No, Poor Unfortunate Souls. Little Mermaid.
Yep. Poor unfortunate
Souls.
souls.
Not important.
In pain.
I also remember this. Growing up, I didn't watch too many of like
Because
Little
you hate
Mermaid,
yourself.
The
like,
Princess.
Yeah, like he was like I was a boy.
Snow White
and
was
boys,
1932 and Little
boys
Mermaid was
weren't
1985.
boys weren't supposed to watch them like that.
Or
kind of
82,
shit.
sorry.
Alright.
I'll make you watch it later, Nick.
I was that kid.
It is James Woods with the power to make a soul-binding deal with for whatever
Yes,
you
it
want.
is. Yes, it is.
Be it You give up your strength, and the woman of your love, the love of your life, is never harmed.
What, the loophole around that?
The loop. Yes.
I came to harm, so now you're good.
Oh no! Bam.
So if she just punched her,
Yeah.
he
Yep.
would.
James,
It
yep.
would have.
Hades, who throughout the whole movie has been, when not playing target practice with Grecian vase with Hercules' face on it. You know, boom, wheeling and dealing, working his way behind the scenes to make sure that Hercules, a man fated to destroy his plan, doesn't destroy his plan. To work behind the scenes and make sure this doesn't happen. Sitting there with the Hydra, eating some popcorn, smoking a cigar, or, once again, the vase scene, in which to let go of some stress above Thebes, that's how I said Thebes.
Thieves.
Above Thebes is just destroying vases of Hercules' face. It's just, it's not sweet. It's not. It's a neat way to show the comedy of James Woods with the power and insanity of a god of the dead.
Okay. Any other comments, Eric?
I have none for.
For villain.
I have none
It is for villain. Alright, last, but certainly not least, an important part of movies. The soundtrack. And who wants to start on the soundtrack? Eric should, because, well, that's just kind of how it's been going. Eric, you got this. Start on the soundtrack.
Have you often dreamed of a far-off place
God.
You son of a bitch.
where a great warm welcome will be waiting for you?
Eric.
And
You
the
can't
crowd
sing the
will
songs.
cheer.
Eric, no, you
gonna
can't
say,
sing
you
the
can't
song.
See
You
your
can't just
face.
recite the song for the entirety of this category.
That
And
might...
a great voice saying, "This is where you're meant to be." Now imagine that song sung by Ricky Martin, who, fun fact, voices the Spanish dub of Hercules. In Hercules, there are several songs. The one I was just speaking out, "Go the Distance," is more or less... No, yes, it actually has a reprise at the end when he's victorious. Yes, there's, what, 4 or 5 songs in it?
Hercules?
The beginning, well, the first Muse song,
Go the distance.
Second Muse,
Second Muse. There's a Go the Distance.
Won't Say I'm in Love,
Mm-hmm. The Muses, I think, get one more.
There's 6 because
And then Zero to Hero.
Zero to
Zero,
Well,
yeah.
that's the second Muse.
No.
Yes.
Stars Born
Stars Born
Yeah.
is the end.
is the last one.
Okay,
But
so there's about 6-7 songs in
Yeah.
it. 6-7 vocal songs that make up and, of course, perfectly tell the story. The Muses, the singers of heroes, sing us the beginning of Hercules, his history, and his coming to Earth. Hercules sings out the moral, not the moral, but the whole plan for the movie when he goes to the Temple of Zeus to learn his fate. The song I had started singing, that Ricky Martin sings on the special features of the DVD copy, it is truly amazing. With its beautiful reprise at the end, where the sun is shining, the gods are smiling, and Herc is victorious. It is truly magical.
Okay. Nick.
Yeah, I remember nothing about the soundtrack. Because like I said,
Thinking that.
it is like... It has
Just-
been at least 8 years since I've seen the actual movie.
do you want to point out Eric looked like he was about to cry right there?
I am on my way.
I remember it being
I can
very
go
good,
to the-
but unfortunately, Treasure Planet, one of my favorite movies, is one of the Disney movies that does not get played that often. Unfortunately, and it is hard. It is definitely one of the harder
It is
ones to find.
criminally underplayed.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I remember it being very good.
Okay.
I remember the song during the montage when John and Jim are like building the relationship being very good.
Okay.
I don't remember anything else other than that.
Okay.
I think there was a song when they first got on the ship and started sailing. Other
I want to put out there that Treasure Planet does not have any actual songs. It's all background music.
it is all background
It is
music.
all background music. They do not sing at all in that movie.
I believe there's just a backing montage
There's
song.
there's a
Well-
couple backing montages for when Jim is with Silver,
Yeah.
and there is you're right, there is a very good song when they get onto the boat.
Well, never mind then.
But with
It's
that,
not good.
Even if I
The
remember,
music's
yeah,
great. It's
even
all
if I did
very
remember
like,
that,
piratey
there's-
and adventure-y. It's
yeah,
very
just
nice.
like even
But-
if I did remember that, there's nothing of note to really say because that's all very good
Pirate music.
adventure
Yeah.
music.
and with that, we're gonna do last words,
Your closing statement.
closing statements. Why should we pick you?
Oh my god.
I'm smart and I'm funny.
Oh, okay, there's Nick's closing
What-
statement.
what the
Eric,
fuck? What? No.
no.
No. Eric, what the fuck?
Nick, what's
I
your
know what
closing
I'm talking
statement?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Support supports people.
Well, as I said earlier, Treasure Planet is Pirates of the Caribbean in space.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It's a fun, fantastic fucking movie. It is one of my favorite coming of age and getting to know yourself kind of movie. Nice. I really love the fact that they made the hero and the villain kind of, lack of a better term, family-esque.
Okay.
Just with how they interact and eventually how they get to know each other. And Kate, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't John sacrifice himself at the very end? No, he helps. He saves them as Treasure Planet's literally imploding in on itself, and eventually gets away. Just sails off into the sunset. I need to watch that fucking movie again.
All right, Eric, closing statements on Hercules.
All the factors of Hercules come together in a brilliant way and in a brilliant way to perfectly tell the story of the hero Hercules. Thank you.
Okay. Hold on, we're now going to take a minute to deliberate.
Hold on, I'm gonna come over here.
Nick, what did you write?
That's not important.
No, what did you write?
That's not important. Back here. That's right.
Okay.
That's the question.
So hold up. Before you sit back down, we should just like double check this.
Yeah.
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 Wait, hold on.
It was a battle hard fought between the two of
Valiant. A valiant battle.
you. You should probably sit down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, you're both very pretty.
I think he's telling that to
Oh. It was a battle, hard fought, and now while Nick, you did not have a soundtrack, we sadly do have to give this one to Eric. He was able to just fight it a little better, just a little bit,
Not by much.
not by much. He was
No,
able to fight it a little better.
Don't
But,
patronize
Eric,
me, you bastards.
You got
You
the
get-
win in this one. You'll be going on
Neither
against
of
whoever
you are
wins in
pretty.
us.
Can I ask for the results?
No.
You win. That's it.
Can I get the individualized results?
No.
No, because we kind of just did like a quick deliberation back and
Is
forth.
it what I think?
No.
What? That it was a landslide?
Yes.
No, it was not a landslide. Nick did put up a good fight.
He did.
It was close,
No,
but
it legitimately was like, wait,
Don't patronize me, you bastard.
we're not.
we're not.
I will though.
Okay.
So,
we will
Travis.
patronize them.
Ladies first.
Oh, then you're going, right?
No, you are.
I felt horrible.
Okay, so
Well, which one do you guys want us to start with?
we flipped the coin last time. Do you want to flip a coin this time for who goes first?
Yeah, we can do that.
As far as which category goes for,
I feel like we save soundtrack for. Do we? Do you want to get soundtrack out of the way first or last? Because either way, one of them is going to be
Hunchback.
talking for a long time about the soundtrack.
That's
Heads or
not
tails?
happening.
heads or tails? Where'd it go?
Heads.
Behind the TV.
All right, Katie's called heads. I'm gonna flip this quarter.
Katie's called heads.
Oh,
What?
Eric, you want to?
It's heads.
Oh, then Katie, you're first.
Okay.
Which
So
one
what
are we doing
starting?
first? Plot, soundtrack, hero, villain.
Say amen.
Let's get soundtrack out of the way.
All right.
Soundtrack?
Soundtrack.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna
I
wait for Nick
got
to come
this.
back real quick.
I can hear you.
Oh please.
Oh, I will fight you on this.
I think
got
that's what
this.
the point of this is.
Okay.
But I don't think you understand how passionate I am about this movie.
What?
Sit down so we can start.
What, you never seen a man eat cold Domino's breadsticks before?
I have. It's very
I
sad.
have. It was a really sad sight because that man was me.
Eric.
Story later.
Okay, so you guys, when you think back to like America's like genres of music, right? You think about like the crooning and all that from like the 40s, and then you think about the 30s and like the stuff they went through. But the golden age of music, 1920s, big brass bands, jazz just happened. It was exploding everywhere. It was revolutionary. Exactly. You know, as soon as I say 1920s music, exactly what I'm talking about. So, when I remember when I saw The Princess and the Frog in theaters, when I saw that, and like the opening number is like this like kind of slow shot through New Orleans, and it's like a like slow jazz number with it, where it's just like talking about the town and kind of like a little bit of the culture that it has, and like that to me is like a good. It's great because it fits the film so well for what the film is, and when it's set, it nails that feeling and that God, what's it called? When you're it's immersive. You match the music with the story and the characters, and it just works completely.
They're okay cold.
So are you done, Katie?
I think so. Yes.
Okay. Now time to explain why Hunchback has the better soundtrack. This really isn't going to be that hard.
Mhm.
So, let's start, like how Katie said, with the first song in the movie. It starts out with a small little play to give us a little bit of backstory. And we figure out just how violent and, like, merciless our villain is, as we see him kill a woman in the first song. Now, let's move on to another song. A song that's a very beautiful mirror of our hero and our villain. Heaven's Light and Hellfire. It's about the same girl when you listen to the songs. It's both about Esmeralda, but how you hear Quasimodo singing about how he thinks he might love her because she didn't look on him with fear and she was kind to him. And then it's all light, and then you transfer over to Frollo's part of the song, and you have these almost demonic choirs singing out as Frollo is beside himself on what to do, because he thinks of himself as a holy and righteous man, but he wants this woman. Even though he's not wed, he wants her out of lust. So you see his conflict there between himself and what he believes himself to be. And plus, let's also talk about Esmeralda, how she, in her pretty much only song of the movie, she's in Notre Dame, walking amongst the people, and she's praying to God to not help her, even though she is if she steps a foot outside the cathedral, she will be arrested. She is praying to God to help others, like Quasimodo, like the gypsies, but not her. And in the song, we hear people asking for fame and wealth, and all these things that are very materialistic, which is why I think that Hunchback has the better soundtrack. Alright, which one do you want us to do next?
Just go on.
I'm thinking, plot.
Plot?
Plot.
Yes, quick deliberation.
Alright, well. But also, Katie. Hell's Fire is the greatest villain song.
But have you heard Friends on the Other Side?
Yes.
And like that, like jazz and voodoo
Yeah, but it's not.
mixed together.
He's not like.
He's terrifying. Are you kidding
he's
me?
scary, but you're not seeing him struggle. You don't see struggle there, other than like, you get turned into a frog, bitch.
You get turned into a frog, bitch.
You guys know there's a 2-liter of Coke in here still, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Hey, Katie, what'd you do with my Pepsi?
You
It's
had
still
it.
in the car?
Yeah.
probably.
Okay. Alright. Plot. Plot, of course, starting with our last speaking. Bitch.
You motherfucker. Anyway, so the plot of Hunchback asks a very simple question. It's a very simple tale. It is the tale of a monster and a man. Now, the point of the movie is you're not sure by the end of it who is the monster and who is the man. As Quasimodo, by looking at him, he looks like a monster, and Frollo looks like a man. But by the end of it, you're not sure who is the monster and who is the man. It's a tale that's just very almost simple in how it's done, but with so much widespread impacts on like how it's really not on the outside that matters, which is something we learned in Beauty and the Beast, but is personified here because, well, Quasimodo doesn't get a magical MacGuffin when he gets a kiss from someone at fucking before he turns 21. No, Quasimodo doesn't get that shit. He stays ugly for life. And you know what? He doesn't even get the girl, but he's okay with that because he sees how Esmeralda and Phoebus, they seem to care for each other even though they've only known each other for a few days. But you believe it because they're just that well written characters. And with that, I pass it off.
Okay. So, our plot is this really because when you think of the story of the Princess and the Frog, it's a very old, simple fairy tale of girl finds a frog, girl kisses frog becomes prince, happily ever after. This movie takes that and turns everything you know about it upside down. Now, instead of the frog becoming a prince again, she becomes a frog. Now we have a new conflict. Now we have to go find someone. Now that someone we find isn't giving us the information we need, but we might have a way out. And in the end, we have these two characters who really have gone on this journey to find out new things about themselves. And I'll go into that more with our hero, because I guess for mine, it would have two heroes because of the movie and the plot and the story wise. You go on this journey with these two characters and you watch them grow and become better. You know, you watch, not to give too much away, but you watch him become less selfish and you watch her learn to relax a little bit. You watch these two people who are complete opposites find common ground and grow together. And I think that's a beautiful message to send to kids in general, that like, hey, that person that you don't agree with, maybe you do find something you have agree with, and maybe it's okay to have differing. Okay, now I'm spiraling a little bit, but I think it's a good message to be like, hey, listen, you can have second chances. You can have a second chance if you really think that you can change and really think that you can grow as a person. You get to learn more. You will always be learning. And I think that's a great message for kids and a great message for adults.
Okay. Heroes next.
Yours?
Yours?
Okay. So, Princess and the Frog. I would say has two heroes, just because of how closely the story follows the two characters together. So we have Tiana, who's this young woman. She's trying to open a restaurant, and she just slaves every day. She's always working. She has, at least as far as we know, 2 jobs. She has at least 2 jobs that she works day to night. Gets home, has 5 minutes of sleep, goes right to the other one. She's a hard worker, and she knows what she wants and goes after what she wants in life. And then we have Prince Naveen. I understand it was a poor usage of the word. But then we have Prince Naveen, who's this selfish, entitled prince who really doesn't have any money but is pretending he does and just wants women and, like, probably alcohol. It's hinted at that. And what's really interesting is, like, when they first meet, she's so repulsed by him. She's so against everything he stands for. And, like I said, through the plot and through the story, they just grow together. And I think that makes a really good combination of 2 heroes on this quest to fix themselves. And it shows that, like, these 2 people, you know, they aren't, there's no such thing as, like, one good person or one bad person. Like, Naveen seems like not a great dude. Like, he hits on a lot of women, he just parties all the time, and the story is like, hey, listen, there's not really, it's not one versus the other. You can be a mix of, like, hey, you can be this, but you can also, like, still care for people and still want to learn. So I think our heroes show a pretty good thing of that.
Alright. With the Hunchback, it's the hero of the story is pretty much the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Quasimodo. And you see his transformation from this poor almost creature at the under the boot of his master. And he becomes his own person by the end of the movie. You see him grow into his own person, not needing the acceptance of Frollo, who has been his more or less father figure his entire life. And you see how this person who's still been treated like complete garbage and told that he is a monster and that he is ugly and that no one will ever love him, still somehow manages to keep a positive outlook on life. With all of these things just weighing down on him, he also might be a little insane with the gargoyles. I'm not entirely sure if they're real or...
They worked the boiling cauldron on the top.
But that also could have been him.
But was he doing all that at once? And
we don't know. Like,
my point
think
is,
they're real, but
there's no way he could have been
Disney
doing
magic
all of
would
that.
let
At
us
once.
assume they
That-
are not.
Yeah. Like, that they are
they're
animate. Yeah. But, like, and you see him, like, get hyped by these 3 gargoyles who really don't have any place in the movie other than be his hype men. But they're good hype men. Like, they get him to almost ask out somebody who's, like, 7 times out of his league. Because
I mean, we got a 0.
Esmeralda.
If only I had someone like that.
Nick, we're not going to be your hype men.
I'm not everybody's hype man.
I'm sorry, Nick. Not going to be your hype man. And with that, I end my take on Quasimodo.
Remember, kids, there's never not a bad time for self-deprecation humor.
Yes, there is.
They usually-
A date.
There's never bad time.
A date would be a bad time for self-deprecation humor.
Nah.
Okay,
But-
hand me that board. Release, let me see it again.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And last would
Just
be
don't look at
villains.
any of that.
Last would be villains. So, since I did the thing, Villains. Let's just talk about Frollo, who is legitimately terrifying. You see this man burn down almost all of Paris.
Because of a boner.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
because of a boner, but he's also a villain you see struggle. That's not very often in a movie you will see the villain struggle.
With his boner.
He's still struggling. But, so, I'm just going to let's use Lion King. Let's use Lion King. The Little Mermaid. And, what's another one? Aladdin. Those 3 movies are all Disney Renaissance movies, and all 3 of them were pretty well praised. Do you know what all 3 of them have in common? Their villain doesn't evolve, or doesn't have any sort of, inner challenge with himself. Scar wants to kill Mufasa, and he does that. Ursula kinda just wants to fuck over Triton, and she does that. Jafar wants to become the Sultan. He does that. You don't see any of them feel almost like they're tormented by themselves, like you do with Frollo. And that's what makes him an interesting villain, because he is very human. Lust is a feeling that most people can relate to, because it is incredibly human. So by giving our villain a weakness that is incredibly human, especially for a man of his position, it just grounds him in this setting of... It grounds him in the setting of everything is just very real in this world. And yeah, that's all I have to say on Frollo. So,
Katya?
closing statement.
So-
Oh yeah, no, you
No,
saw
I
your
still
villain.
have my villain. Okay, so when you think of New Orleans and you think of that really interesting and kind of cultural town, what's really cool is that they took a lot of the culture from New Orleans and put it back into the movie. They made sure everything tied together. So I think that the villain having voodoo powers and messing with voodoo, especially because it's such a big deal down there, was really interesting and cool, because for the most part, it's maybe 3 states down south that would know a lot about voodoo, or know enough about voodoo to...
3 states down south from where?
Down south United States.
What do you mean from?
Voodoo would be a thing.
That voodoo
Oh,
would be an
Just
act.
one.
I said
Louisiana's
maybe
the
3.
only one I can think
Maybe
of.
3. Because I'm saying maybe Georgia or something.
Maybe a little bit of Mississippi.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
It's more of your southern tip.
Yeah.
It would be around Florida, Louisiana, that area.
Yeah.
Because of their local.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, I think that it was really cool to... I think that was a good way to introduce a lot of people. I didn't know anything about voodoo until I saw that movie. And it's not, a lot, and it doesn't really... It's not super accurate, but it's a fun and interesting way to introduce that kind of culture. There's something that's very different to kids. I know there are a lot of kids who had never heard of voodoo before that movie. And I think that's a really cool way of introducing a whole other culture, a whole other almost religion to a big group of the population.
It's good they never heard about it, because voodoo is dark arts, Katie. Why do you want the children getting the
Well,
dark
now
arts?
you know that because of the movie.
Why do you want dark arts in the household, Katie?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I think it's a really
Shame on you, Katie.
as well as it gave up a lot of really cool visuals and really cool.
I know it's not.
It
Don't
had
we
a
get
lot-
on Santeria on you?
There's a scene where you see these shadows coming after our main characters, and there's a little lightning bug, and he's hitting the shadows with his light, and that was so cool because that was such an interesting way to deal with the impending threat. It's oh, it's a shadow. No, we're gonna deal with light, and that works, and it was really interesting. So I think the villain in Princess and the Frog is a lot more interesting because he's a bad dude who likes a girl who's way too young for him. I don't think that's super... I don't know. I think the Princess and the Frog villain's way more interesting and new. Nothing we've necessarily seen before, or seen that kind of like power that he had before.
No closing statements. You're first.
I'm first. Okay. Well, you see, Princess and the Frog is a stunning movie that has amazing characters, that takes a really boring story and twists it on its head. And I think that was the best feat of all that. They could take this story that was maybe 10 pages and turn it into this amazing, beautiful, like adventure, romance, complete, give it the Disney treatment. And I think that's what makes it so great. That it went back to the animation roots with 2D animation, and just it's gorgeous, and I really do believe that it is an amazing movie.
Travers.
Hunchback of Notre Dame. Reason why it's the best? Because it takes a question from the beginning of the movie and makes you change your thinking on it. The question at the beginning of the movie is, who is the monster and who is the man? So, real quick, you think Quasimodo's the monster, Frollo's the man. But by the end of the movie, they're flipped. Because you see, Quasimodo is much more of a man than Frollo ever will be. So by just that change in your thought throughout the movie, as you watch these two characters move from one side to the other, and like you'll see at a point where they pass each other, and it's more or less at the midpoint of the movie with Heaven's Light and Hellfire. At that point, you just see them like pretty much, you're not sure who's which, and then by the end of the movie, you have your idea. And it takes the idea of like almost anyone can be a monster or a man. So, yeah, I end.
What was that laugh?
My side. Yours.
I don't know what the hell he's mmming about.
I know, right? I think he's just doing that to freak us out.
A little bit.
Eric, I'll give you a quarter if you never do that again.
The bells, bells, bells,
There was so many noises that I'm...
I know.
So, after much debate,
So much
Okay.
gloriously silent.
caucus has reached a census.
Okay.
It was a visual debate.
I
It was
assume.
visual. There's a whole graph. There's some scales.
I have to
Pie
measure out
chart.
how much cocaine you each gave me.
Oh my
before this.
god.
There's a pie chart of actual pie.
Yeah, and then a chart of pie.
I knew that my bribing of Eric with cocaine would
Yeah.
may
There's
pay
a
off.
pie chart of bars and a bar graph of pies.
Pies.
Okay.
Eric,
That was Barney Stinson, right?
I think so. Eric, if you want to, just erase that. That way no one will know. And we can bullshit as much as we
Oh
want.
my god.
Because
Alright,
we know the truth.
It looks like, after much deliberation, Katie
Lost.
Travers.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Katie, you have been voted off of Treasure
Yeah.
Island.
Why did you do that?
Because that's probably the best way they could have did that. You've been voted off Treasure Island. Isn't this Treasure Planet?
No, I meant the Katie.
Oh.
Travers. Katie. You do
After
that.
these commercial breaks.
Yeah.
This is an American Idol.
Okay, so our what was the
If you
what are the
guys will see,
categories
it
again?
was very close.
It would be... So what it looks like it's
Round
counterpoint. Yeah, counterpoint. Sidekicks, personal impact. So, personal impact seems like it would be much more like a closing statement kind of
Yes.
deal. So I'm feeling like we'll do counterpoint and like sidekick. That would be like the back and forth, and then personal impact would be like your closing remarks.
Okay.
So it's you two?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you two next.
Wait. But then...
This is for first, second, third, fourth. Like, it'd be like that.
Okay.
I just want to, for my sake. Cool.
Okay.
Alright.
You two are going first.
Somebody should flip a coin.
Yeah, I don't
we'll do
have
it
any
on
coins.
I got it.
What are we arguing first?
Counterpoint? Actually, no. Let's go sidekicks and then counterpoint.
Okay.
So, like, talk about the movie and then tear down the other movie.
Eric, call it.
Tails.
Heads.
Sure, Nick. Nice.
It was heads, I promise.
No. Not believe it.
I always need cooperation.
Alright, so I'm first.
Travias.
Alright, on sidekicks. Alright.
No, you got this one. You're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a Disney movie. There are those.
So, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It has more or less like six sidekicks. You got Phoebus, you got Esmeralda, and then you got the three gargoyles. Now each one serves a different purpose. So Phoebus is supposed to be kind of like
What about the goat?
the goat. Also is a sidekick.
Esmeralda's side.
Yes, the goat is Esmeralda's sidekick, so he's a sidekick to a sidekick. But the goat is still great. Anyway, so Phoebus is supposed to serve as almost a foil to Quasi. As in, he's this very attractive captain of the guards, came back from the war kind of man. He's very... He's pretty much seems like... no duh, she's gonna... He's her knight in shining armor. Esmeralda is this gypsy girl who we hear our villains say all gypsies are evil, but she's the one that kind of makes Quasi be like, maybe all gypsies aren't evil, just maybe, and like that's when you see him start to question Frollo. And now you got the fucking gargoyles,
The actual sidekicks.
the actual sidekicks that are kind of annoying. I'll say that they have one song. And one of them tries to make out with a goat. But they're great hype men. I'll give them that. They are great hype men. I saw.
This is why you don't get Nick toys.
They're great hype men for Quasi. And they also probably kill some people. When, they pour molten magma off the sides of Notre
This is why you
Dame.
don't give Nick toys.
But with that, I end my remarks on sidekicks.
No, you don't get this back.
So, Eric, your sidekicks?
What is a hero without his steed? A trainer will do with that, train the hero. But they do not follow the hero follows them. And a hero without his steed is a late hero. Did you just do it again?
No.
Pegasus, the glorious winged stallion, before Hercules had his power so cruelly taken from him, his father crafted a beautiful horse out of the very clouds themselves. Pegasus and Hercules were true friends for their short time together, and were even truer friends when they reconnected.
He can read that.
Love you.
They were true friends still when they reconnected. Where Hercules had no memory of his friend from birth, after the signature headbutt by a flying horse.
Which is awesome.
It's glorious.
Nick.
Headbutt by a flying horse. He remembered his good friend Pegasus.
Which you knew for all of 30 minutes.
Yeah, he knew for all of like half a day.
It was like 20 minutes.
All right, but you think the party happened at 8 o'clock at night and they put him to bed at 8:20?
Yes, it's a baby. Yes.
Yeah, baby's asleep.
He's a god baby.
Zeus and Hera get drunk.
I'm gonna stop you there because this is getting weird.
Yeah, it's an actual Greek legend.
No, because Zeus and Hera are talking in this.
I know.
That's why it's not a Greek legend.
And Zeus didn't like eat half his kids.
Zeus didn't eat his children. Well, he ate one.
This was the worst and greatest idea.
Yeah, it was.
These are awful, and I love
It really
them.
is. Pegasus is with Hercules throughout the whole movie. Even when Hercules has got his head so far up his ass about a girl. Ooh, reel that in, Eric. That even his traitor turned away from him. Pegasus was there to help him. And he was there at the end to take them both to and away from the heavens. What?
Alright, Katie lost it. Katie lost it.
And
In both senses of the term.
revoked.
Revoked.
Erase board rights were revoked. Just like YouTube.
Cool. I am.
Alright, now the counterpoint. Tear down the Hunchback. You have to tear down Hunchback.
You have to explain why his movie should not win.
Okay.
Pretty
Vice versa.
Movies work out best when there's a happy ending. Quasimodo does get his happy ending. But his happy ending isn't nearly as happy as it could have been. I'm not asking for them to give Quasimodo a glorious life where he lives happily ever after as a half-formed bastard of gypsies.
I'm sorry, what, Eric?
He's a half-formed bastard of gypsies.
No, I'm sorry, you didn't say, I believe you said something different.
Half-formed!
Thank you.
It's even in the name, Quasimodo.
Quasimodo, the half-formed bastard.
Doesn't it literally mean half-formed?
It means half
Frollo
man.
gave him a cruel name, meaning half-formed.
So half-formed, the half-formed bastard?
Yes, Jack the blank guy. Jack, no, it wasn't Jack. It was, whatever. It was a t-shirt. It was
Ryan the
yeah.
blank guy.
Yeah.
Ryan the blank guy.
Blank.
Ryan the t-shirt guy.
Yes. Quasimodo doesn't get his own personal happy ending until the Disney sequel, which no one watched.
Or was it
So
sequel?
bad. It's
There was
so
a sequel
bad.
where
Oh
he
my
finds
god.
a woman that will actively love
Love him on the inside, like the fucking.
We're not talking about sequels.
Disney
I'm
never
saying
did.
that this
Disney
is not
very
where he got
rarely
his
does
happy
good
ending.
sequels.
You have to watch a different movie. No judgment on what that movie's quality is, but he is there for his friends, not his sidekicks, Phoebus and Esmeralda, his friends. And he's there when they are happy and they leave together into the Paris streets. Happily ever after. The end.
Alright.
Alright, now get to ripping.
How to destroy Hercules.
A movie that I've spent my whole time wanking off.
Alright, let's
In a
just
dramatic way.
let's
Like silk
let's
sheet.
let's start to
Every
tear
man
down this
Oh my
movie.
god!
Do I have to revoke you?
Yes. We
All right.
have to revoke.
Last
revoke
one.
him.
Hercules is more or less the story
Oh, come on.
of a man who is more or less the story of a man who was born into greatness. He's the son of two gods, so he should, in all fairness, have no problems with anything that anyone throws at him. But we see him suffer, which, granted, is a good part of a movie. But by being the son of a god, you kind of get this bullshit ending where He jumps in a pool of souls, starts swimming down, starts to age rapidly, finds his lady love soul, swims up, and as the fucking fates are about to snip his wire, it turns to gold. Why? Because fuck you, he's a god now. Now, not saying that that's a shitty thing to do, but it's totally a cop-out. It's a cop-out.
Is it when the whole point of the movie is him proving his worth? How else could he prove his worth other than willingly give his life to save someone? To save a mortal?
Save it. A mortal. But then he immediately loses his godhood, like 10 minutes later.
He gives it up. To live.
They both could have been made immortal. Fairly easily, and he's also probably about to murder her.
Oh yeah.
Just because, well, Hercules.
Yeah.
And if you want to bring up, well, sequels, Hercules is
There was
not
a Hercules
good. Yes,
sequel?
there was
Go
a
for a
Hercules
show.
sequel.
The
It is...
sequel
There
is
was
the
a
first,
sequel is the first three episodes of the show. That is what the sequel is. It is the first 3 episodes of the show. Because Disney does this
What
thing
That's what the
Where
Cinderella sequel
they
is.
where they commission
So
a
is
show,
Aladdin.
and they get 3 episodes, and they're like, well, this isn't going to be work as a TV show, so we're going to stitch it together to
With
make
a
a
shitty
movie.
plot, yep.
Which is
Aladdin,
also
Cinderella.
Milo's return.
Yeah.
We
Atlantis
don't talk about
2.
Why didn't I do Atlantis?
Belle.
Why didn't I do Atlantis?
Atlantis is great.
This is
The fucking
amazing.
idiot.
What?
I thought you would do
Plus-
that. Oh my god, Nick.
Hades' plan of, like, destroying the gods. He's one of the gods. So, like, why wouldn't he also end up being destroyed by the things that want to destroy the gods? He's playing with, like, fire there, even though his head's made of fire. And
Well,
that...
thanks for ruining the one joke that anyone here can, even though his head's made of fire.
Exactly. I had to. I couldn't let Eric get anything.
gonna
I
say.
can't let Eric have shit right now. If nothing else, Eric is very good with words when it comes to this. And with that, I'll end my attempt at a counterpoint. Personal impact, Eric. What personal impact?
No, it'd be,
No, it would be
you.
Oh yeah, me. What personal impact did the Hunchback of Notre Dame have on me? Well, when I was younger, and I first saw this movie, it legitimately terrified me. Especially Hell's Fire. Because those choirs...
I didn't see it until like what?
Last year.
7, 8 months ago.
It's been 8 months because it was like
About,
the
yeah.
first night you met me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was first night.
it was
I
like
met-
September,
yeah.
October. Yeah.
I think like last time I saw Jamie and Devin.
Anyway. You were about to say?
I was like, oh yeah, like I saw it like 8 months ago and it fucking terrified me.
It's a great
It's a
scene.
very scary
I
movie.
love it. But that's not what's important. And like that entire movie, like as a child, terrified me. But now going back, and more or less being able to relate with Quasi a bit more, like as Mulder, not because I'm ugly or something. It's just because
But you ugly.
okay, Eric.
You
It's just because I've been able to like realize that true happiness isn't just about yourself. It's about also helping others and your friends. And that's something I try to live by. Like, you really don't... Like, you should be happy, but you should also help others, because that's the easiest way to be happy. So that's my personal impact of Hunchback. Eric?
When I was a child, Hercules had zero personal impact on me because I was a child. I looked at things as a child, but now I'm an adult. I look at things as an adult. Nick, what did you do?
To be fair, Nick and I threw that together.
It's a shopping list.
It's a shopping list. I'm not a shopping list. I'm a ghost.
Oh, Okay.
That's what I thought you were going with.
When I was-
Mr. Krabs.
As I got older, it had real meaning. Especially with the song "Go the Distance," which is sung by Ricky Martin in
my
the
God.
Spanish version. Where
We
Hercules,
can't be
No,
trusted.
we can't.
where Hercules was Hercules had to prove himself worthy of being a god. And to do that, you have to go the distance. You have to go as far as you have to prove yourself. Be it to become a god or just to be a better man. When you complete that, there will be a great warm welcome waiting for you.
I'm waiting for Eric to finish.
Is it he's a bitch?
No.
It should be.
He's a basic bitch.
He's a bitch.
His whiteboards are the worst idea we've ever had.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! This makes me want to do video podcasts even more now.
Just constant, just.
Just
Yeah.
okay,
Just constantly.
you have to go the distance to achieve what you want. And that is the truest lesson this movie will ever teach you. The end.
Is there a penis in the penis? Right
No.
there on the right ball, on the right
No.
one.
It's supposed to be hair.
Oh, okay. I don't see
It's
it.
supposed to be hair.
Just take it down a little bit.
Okay, where's the thing?
We have to discuss. We have to.
Oh, was that the last one?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the last thing.
I'll be right back.
Would you like to
You guys
tally it up?
No, we should not be trusted with those.
God damn it, Katie.
I like it.
Exactly, it's the issue.
It's fine.
And on my way, I can go the distance.
I'll be there
There someday.
If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my.
Ricky Martin, what is he doing with his life?
Right now, I think he's moved over to producing.
Good for him.
Regular performing.
Good for him.
Yeah, but that's like normally where singers will go.
Yeah. Like Dre.
Yep. Stop singing, straight to producing.
He also was a producer, then went to singing, and then went back to
Yeah.
producing.
Hey, do you know that he pushed a reporter down the stairs?
No.
Technically, he threw her down the stairs.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
Which one are you, Felicia? Man, Felicia, your man's out there. Bye, Felicia.
I mean, that movie was great. It was. I
Oh,
liked
talking
it.
about Friday or Straight Outta Compton?
Straight Outta Compton.
Okay,
I was thinking Straight Outta Compton.
cool. Because that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
yeah, it's right. Yeah. Like they're in the hotel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The hell was I gonna look up?
I don't know.
Ricky
You're
Martin.
like Ricky Martin.
Did he remember?
Do you know what I wonder?
What?
Can we find all the old Disney Channel shows?
Oh, I
Like
know.
Emperor's New School,
Oof.
like the Timon and Pumbaa show.
I just want the. They actually had a mummy show after the sequel. Yeah.
I also want to see
His name is Enrique Martin Morales.
but you know, do you remember I want to say it was called The House and Mouse,
Yes.
where Disney Mickey more or less owned like a nightclub that all the
Yup.
and Villains Night was a thing. Yo, I want to find that. I'm gonna find that now when I go home, and watch the shit out of that. I'm very.
Katie, couldn't you just walk in front of the damn thing instead of?
No, Nick was already there.
Okay, he has to make everything difficult.
Oh my god. I'm about to judge you, so.
Yeah.
Listen, he judges just as hard, if not worse sometimes.
So after some deliberation and discussion,
Yep. It's a very thoughtful.
Thoughtful,
Thoughtful.
thoughtful, and heartfelt.
Fuck you.
it was actually pretty hard to choose.
Yep.
It was pretty down to the wire. But, Travers, I'm sorry. Eric got it.
Suck a dick, bitches.
I don't like the fact you put out your knife.
He was so ready for that.
Yeah.
Eric, does that symbolize your boner?
Yes.
When the knife's up, so is the dick.
No, I
Doesn't
can.
mean I have a hardcore boner in any time I get to conflict.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I would believe it.
But, you know, I'll settle for second.
I don't really think we need to do it with these two.
We probably don't.
We really don't.
No, because Treasure Planet is the better movie.
We are
No.
1 hour and 20 minutes in.
Holy shit, that went a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah.
It was gonna.
Yeah.
Really?
Nick, can we agree?
Okay.
Third place.
Oh, okay. I was gonna add a little math to it. When you guys were deciding on us, how many tallies did he have?
We didn't tally. We just talked about your answers.
Okay. How many points did he take? How many points did he?
We didn't point it.
I mean, like, how many arguments did he win? Because, well, what was it? 2 for her when we tallied it up on the spreadsheet? She had, like, her name totaled twice.
Well, you went up against him.
I gave you hero,
In
he
all
gave you villain.
honesty.
Okay.
In all honesty, you went up against him. For arguments, yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
What?
You're hard to argue against.
I mean, so is Eric.
I'm perfectly okay with just
Yeah.
being like.
So it's like a very simple movie
Let's just
like
say
Hercules.
Tiger for
Tiger
happy,
there?
happy salmon.
He's gonna have.
You're doing it too long.
It sounds really nasty
It
now.
does.
That's enough. Revoked.
Guys,
Revoked.
guys.
Where?
This is why we can't play at a game night.
Revoked.
Alrighty then.
record,
Travers,
we-
suck a dick. Katie, suck a dick. Nick, good game.
Thank you.
Fuck
That was fun.
you. Yeah.
It's like next time we just do favorite shows.
This will be hard.
Shows would be a lot
We'll
harder.
have to like cut it down to lesser. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. That turned out way better than I thought. And,
Yeah.
I'm dead because our last podcast.
So bye.
Eric.
Bye. I'd like to remind you that the show is Patreon supported. If you go into patreon.com/shakeandbake, you can throw us a couple bucks and get us that extra bit of support. The first person to give $30 will receive a laser pointer that Travers owns. He will sign it or lick it, whatever you want.
Whatever
Whatever.
you want.
Especially if he shoves it up his nose. You'll want that, trust me. There's literal gold up there.
Ew.
You can find
Not
all
expecting those.
you can find all relevant links down in the description to each of our Twitters and some extra, like our Discord, the show's Twitter. You can find. I'll just say this now. You can find the show's Twitter at Shake and Bake Pod on Twitter.
Mhm.
Our personal ones will be down in the description, along with a special secret one. Enjoy. I love you. Good night. Peace.
Love.
Chicken Grace.
Bye.
Damn it.
No one's ever told me what I need to actually
We're
say.
out.
We
Oh,
have
okay.
told you.
No.
Somebody hit the.
God damn it. You're just bitter.
No, actually, I just really want to listen to it now. I don't even.
Check out the videos.